Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live. I hope everyone is doing good and having a great Thanksgiving if you're celebrating it. For those of you who are my Canadian followers. Okay. Okay, so 1 second. Hold on, guys. That's what I forgot to do. I forgot something. Sorry, guys. I forgot to copy the link I needed. Cool with that. Yeah, let's try this. Oh, come on. Hello, everyone. Give me 1 second. I am really trying to. Turn the volume down on that. I'm trying to pin this post, but it won't. It's not allowing me to comment. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? freaking kidding me? Come on. Well, that'll have to work because, yeah, that's just gonna have to work. Okay, so I have the comment pinned. It's not under my business name, but it'll work. So, how's everyone doing tonight? Hello, Kayla. I have had a very long Saturday. A very long Saturday, but okay. Okay. So, sorry about that, guys. So if you guys want a reading, I'm not gonna go through the whole spiel tonight because one, I'm tired, and two, I just spent like the past 5 minutes trying to figure out how to pin this freaking comment, and yeah. So if you guys want a reading tonight, there is a pinned comment in the bottom of the screen where there's a link in the pinned comment, sorry, where you can pop over to my Etsy and purchase a reading. They are between $5 to $20 depending on what you can afford and your budget. Okay, there's all sorts of readings over there. I did add some other options as well. So there's the live readings, $5, $10, $15, $20. Then I also have a chakra check reading if you're interested in checking out your chakras. I also have a spirit animal reading and a dream interpretation reading over there as well. Since I'm going to be adding a past life reading, I think, over there, and probably some other ones soon. So, Cassie, my dear, I hear you, Kayla. I'm ready for bed too, but I came on to do readings because I want to, and I guess I'm just a brute for punishment, apparently. So tonight, guys, we're going to be using the Thelma Tarot, which apparently has my hair all the way through. And we've also got Witch's Runes. Oh, I love these runes. So these are super, super, super cool. So I do have a pre-ordered reading that I'm going to get into because I told her I would. Okay. So the other thing, guys, that I want to say as well is if I'm not live and you still want a reading, if you want to purchase a live reading, even when I'm not live, feel free to do so. And then once I am live again, I'll do your readings for you. Usually I'll message you, letting you know an approximation of when I'm going to be live again, so you know when to expect it. And yeah, so even if I'm not live, please feel free to order readings when you have the money, because a lot of people have said they don't have the money right away when I'm live, and then, you know, that's an option as well to just order it whenever you can, and then I'll do it the next time I am live. So, with that being said, Cassie, you ordered a reading, but apparently I have to pull up in my other. Are you on the right path? Let's see if I can actually. So Cassie, Cass. See if it'll allow me to comment. Oh, now it's allowing me to comment. Let's pin that comment. And we're going to delete the other one. Perfect. So, Cass, I got your order, my dear, through my Etsy. So we're going to pull some cards for you. And to your reading. So you wanted to know if you are on the right path and what you need to know. It's cats. Okay. Cass. The eye. Okay. Huh. Okay. So, Cass, what's coming up? We have the Justice card coming up for you. We have the Knight of Wands coming up reversed, and in behind that is the Two of Wands. And then we have the Four of Cups coming up. And we have the Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck. And we have the Eye coming up reversed. So, Cass, what I'm seeing, you want to know if you're on the right path. I do feel like you are on the right path right now. with the Justice card coming up, I feel like things are pretty balanced, right? It's almost coming across as you're on a very steady and stable path, but I do see a change coming with this Knight of Wands energy that's sitting kind of below the surface. So I do think there is some movement happening, and I do feel like this is a slight change to things, maybe changing, not necessarily changing the path you're on, but adding some excitement into something. There could be something new coming in. I don't feel like this is a person, though. I do feel like this could be an option. I feel like with the, because there's two twos coming up too, right? And this generally represents choices and decisions in terms of paths and which way you're going to go, since that's what you're asking. Um, so I do see like something coming up, because things, I feel like things are stagnating for you, my dear, at the moment. Like you're on the steady, stable path, but the problem with steady and stable is sometimes things can stagnate. You want to make sure that you're keeping things fresh and exciting. So I do feel like there are some changes or some things coming in to kind of shake things up a little bit, but I don't feel like that's in a bad way. However, it could veer you or could give you a choice of a totally different path or an option to go another direction with things, which is a choice. Oh, shoot, there wasn't, which is a choice you're going to have to make. But when you go to make that choice, spend some time meditating on it, okay? I do feel like there's going to be guidance coming into you about which way is the best way to choose, whether it's the best path is for you to stay on the current path you're on or to switch paths and go down a little bit of a different route. Okay, with the Four of Cups card coming up, I do feel like just sitting and contemplating things before you make any type of move um, is necessary. Okay. When I pulled the I card as well, I got dreams. I don't know if you get a lot of messages through your dreams or through meditation and visions kind of thing, but it does have to do with your third eye and connecting to that. So I'm going to say pay attention to any type of intuition that comes in, whether it's through your dreams or, things you're showing when you're meditating, because these are going to help guide you into which direction you need to be going, like whether you need to be staying on the route you're going or changing it up and going down a little bit of a different path. Okay, but there is definitely an option coming up in your path on whether to split off and take a bit of a different route or to continue on the right you're on, and that choice is going to be up to you. Right now things look good. They look steady, they look stable, they look to balance. But like I said, sometimes that energy with the Knight of Wands being reversed, it can stagnate, right? And then something kind of comes in to shake things up, to reawaken things, to add some life back into things. And I think that's the case for you, which could, like I said, lead to an option of choosing another path or branching off. I don't really see it as they're showing it to me as an extension. It's not like a parallel path where you're like jumping timelines or something along the lines of that and going onto a whole other path. It's more of a like your path is straight and then it branches off, right? And you have the choice to go this way or this way. And that's what they're showing me. And that choice is going to be up to you. Like I said, follow your intuition, pay attention to your dreams or any visions that come through when you're meditating, if you meditate, because that's where your answers are going to be on which path is best for you. Makes sense? Okay. Guys, if you want a reading tonight, I'm not sure I'm going to be doing free readings tonight because my energy is super low tonight. But if you do want a reading, there is an option to pay for a reading in my Etsy. And the readings are between $5 to $20. It's whatever you can afford. So just pick the price range that works best for you, and we can go from there. I don't answer legal questions or health questions, which do include pregnancy. But I don't think I have the energy to do any free readings tonight, guys. I'm just drained. The judgment card's coming up for the collective, guys, so pay attention. Things are changing, and things are changing pretty rapidly, I think, for a lot of people. Okay? Because all I kept hearing when that card came out was ascension, 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 which means people are rising up in a lot of different ways. Okay? Things are changing. So it's important to really look at the things in your life right now and to go with those changes instead of fighting them. There's a lot of frustration in the collective right now as well, which is interesting. But I feel like frustration is good because frustration leads to passion. It leads to willpower. It leads to drive. When used the proper way. So I'm gonna say that. The other thing that comes through with judgment is, you're gonna get called out on your shit. Okay. It's time to pay the piper kind of thing. So, own up to your shit. If you make mistakes, own up to that. If you've done something wrong, own up to that. If, you know, don't try and pass your shit off onto other people. Don't try and say, well, I didn't do this and I didn't do that. Nobody's fucking perfect. We all have our shit. And it's time that we own up to that stuff because we're never going to ascend. We're never going to get higher. We're never going to move past. Ascension means moving past to shit. This is what they're telling me. People need to move past stuff, but without acknowledging that that's happened, without acknowledging the part we played in that, you're never going to move past it. So it's time to start acknowledging the parts that we have to play in things, okay? And if you fuck up, if you mess up, acknowledge that shit. Again, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. It's part of learning, it's part of growing, and it's part of maturing. Hello, Cicely. Hello, Suki. So guys, I'm not doing free readings. I know it says free readings across the bottom, but I'm not doing free readings tonight. My energy is so low. I just can't. I cannot be doing them tonight. And I gotta work tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon, so I need my energy. But if you guys want a reading and you really need a reading, there is the link to my Etsy that's in the pinned comment below where you can purchase one. They are fairly cheap. Like I said, they're between $5 to $20. So I did price it so that you guys most people can afford it, hopefully. If I do free readings, my guides are going to be very mad at me because I'm going to burn myself. They're telling me I'll end up burning myself out. Which is not what they want me to do. Hello, sea magic. I feel like there's a lot of chaotic energy around lately. Things are changing. Cicely, it's been a long week. It's been a long week. But it hasn't been too bad overall. I can't complain. But yeah, last weekend off of work and then I work tomorrow. So, and then I work every other day almost this week. Which is gonna be weird to have one day on and one day off all week, but I think it's been long for a lot of people. Ugh, yeah. That's it's okay. You're babysitting your grandkids. I'm dog sitting my sister's dog. So he's sound asleep on the couch at the moment. The poor thing got well, I'm not gonna say tortured, but he got worn out by my daughter. She was chasing him through the apartment all day, the poor thing. He's gonna be traumatized. Tomorrow's your only day off. Oh, yeah, that's tough. Well, I've got Monday off because Monday's Thanksgiving in Canada. In Canada, it's Thanksgiving. So we've got Monday off, and then I'm off on Wednesday, and then I work Thursday and Friday. Then I'm off Saturday, and I work again on Sunday. And I almost worked today, except I told my manager no that I couldn't come in for a shift because I'm like, I don't want to work all weekend. They do need the exercise. My daughter's sound asleep. I've never seen her sleep like she has. And then the puppy's sound asleep. So, oh, it's nice. And then we have the full moon on what? Sunday? Is the full moon's is it tomorrow? I want to say it's tomorrow, but I'm not even sure. And that could be another reason why I feel so drained tonight. Um, 79%. How did we? Yeah, the moon's at 6 degrees in Aries, so yeah, it's tomorrow, I think, is the full moon. Sounds good, Cicely. Yeah, it's tomorrow. I keep forgetting. Somebody told me that. I can't remember. My days are blurring together. I was at work and I'm like, wait, today is what day? Like, I don't even know what day it is anymore. I was at work looking at the time, and for some reason I thought it was like an hour ahead of what it was. And then I'm like, wait, no. Ugh, it's always fun. So, is anybody doing anything fun for the full moon? Vacations. Vacations are always nice. Full moon. Speaking of full moon, let's see what we can do for the full moon. Does anybody celebrate it or do anything special? Sunny girl, hello. What else can we do? Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be doing much tomorrow either, Cicely. Lazing about sounds good. I want to see what can the collective do tomorrow for this full moon. And that's interesting. I feel like this full moon is largely based around pulling in positive energy. It's really interesting because what we got is the Five of Wands coming up, the Two of Wands coming up, and the Star card. The Star. So the Star card typically has to do with hope and optimism. However, I feel in healing work, which could, be done. The full moon's always a good time to do healing work. However, I'm also getting just to lay out under the stars, and I know that's gonna sound weird, but I feel like that's one way that we can celebrate this full moon is just get out and literally out under the moon and the stars and just kind of soak in that energy. Um, there's an empowering energy to this full moon, but this full moon's occurring in Aries and Libra. Um, which is interesting because it balances everything out. Um, we're at the like peak of the season, the middle of the season. So, Aries is the beginning, right? Libra is the complete opposite of that, which is not the ending, but it's the beginning. It's the middle of the the seasonal year. Oh my God, when I can think. We're in the middle of the year, basically, right? So the middle, if anybody ever has done numerology or anything along the lines of that, we know that middles typically tend to be turning points, um, and points to kind of pivot things. However, for some weird reason, I'm thinking probably because we have eclipses coming up in Taurus and Scorpio, and those are going to be havoc. That now's a good time to pull in some strength and empower yourselves. So we have the Five of Wands coming up, and the way that I'm seeing this is pulling in positive energy, right? See how that one wand is getting pushed up, right? Pulling in some positive energy to kind of lift yourself up and help balance out, because I feel like there's a lot of conflictive energy running around lately too. And when we can focus on ourselves, which is Aries energy, it balances out that Libra energy as well. Which right now the sun is in Libra, but the moon is in Aries, right? So when we pull in that Aries energy and we work with that Aries energy, it's about empowering ourselves and focusing on ourselves and lifting ourselves up. So now's a good time to pull in some of that energy from the moon and um, pull in some of that lovely work with some of that Aries energy to empower ourselves. This can be pulling in energy for willpower, strength, determination, things that have to do with Aries. But I feel like a lot of it is just empowerment. Mars is a planet of empowerment, right? Being able to stand up for what you want and what you believe. For some of you, you might be making goals or reviewing your life path, reviewing your life path and kind of looking at where you're at as opposed to where you want to be going. And looking at possibilities and I don't want to say making wishes because that's not what's coming through. It's more of a planning and envisioning, manif manifesting things by seeing yourself in the energy that you want to be in. Does that make sense? So, three things you could do for this full moon. You can get out under the full moon and under the stars and just kind of relax and enjoy the night and do some moon bathing. That's what it's called, where you just sit under the moon and you soak in the energies. You can light a candle, preferably a red candle, and to pull in some positive energies. Now, if red is too strong of a color for you, because red is, some people connect red to blood and war and that kind of thing. And if you find that red does not work for you, light a color that kind of empowers you, whatever calls out to you. Pink is another color you can use that works well for empowerment as well, but it's a little softer of an energy than red is. Um, so, because pink is white and red mixed together, right? And white is peace. And then when you mix peace with empowerment, it kind of gives you a like softer empowerment. So you can light a candle, even if it's just a white candle, because white can substitute as any color, and pull in that positive energy, pull in the light energy, and, work on lifting your own energy up. And the other thing you can do is focus on, look at your life and where you want to be heading in the future, and, set that energy out to manifest. And I'm saying set that energy out to manifest, but when we set it out, that means let it go as well, okay? So a lot of people, when they do manifestation work, it doesn't always work because they overkill it. So they put out the thought and then they start thinking about it and thinking about it and continue thinking about it. And they're like, when is this going to manifest? How is this going to manifest? Or they'll want it to manifest in a specific way and it'll come through in another way. And they'll miss the opportunity altogether because they aren't paying attention, right? It's really important that you don't overkill your manifestation and that you put the intent out there and you step back and you let whatever do its thing to bring it to you in whatever way it comes to you, okay? Keep the door open that way, otherwise you limit yourself. If you put out a manifestation for a convertible car with a very specific type of engine and chrome tires and, all these fancy bells and whistles, then it's going to take longer to get that car than if you just put out the manifestation that you want a working, functioning car. Right. So just throwing that out there, but that's 3 things you can do for this full moon. I don't really want to go outside though. It's cold over here. So if you guys are looking for reading, there is a link in the pinned comment where you can purchase a reading. So the link will take you over to my Etsy shop, and it will take you to a section in my Etsy shop that is all my live readings. So just choose the reading you want and we can go from there. I don't do legal readings and I don't do health readings, which do include pregnancy readings. Self-care is another big thing with this full moon. Making sure that you are taking care of yourself. So this full moon being in Aries, guys, it brings in a lot of energy. A lot of energy. But the thing is that energy, if you guys know astrology or are familiar with it, Aries is a cardinal fire sign. So it's that spark of energy, right? But it doesn't usually last. The thing about Aries is they're good off the start. Like they have lots of energy, but it's usually not sustained energy. Like eventually they burn themselves out because they go, 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 go. Right? So just be careful about that with this full moon because the moon is our feelings. So when it's in Aries, we feel like an Aries, and that can lead to also being hot-tempered and a little irritable, a little warrior-like, which isn't always a bad thing. I mean, it can lead to us having a backbone and standing up for ourselves and, that kind of thing as well, but depends on how that energy is used. It can also lead to a lot of arguments and fights, disagreements. Hmm. I think I'm gonna jump off shortly, guys. Let me see if there's anything. Oh, oh goodness. For those of you who are in relationships too and struggling with balance that way, this full moon's a good time to really kind of balance out or focus on balancing out your energies between yourself and what you need personally and others. We have Venus is conjunct with the Sun in Libra, so a lot of our energy right now, it seems like, or our focus is on relationships and other people, but there also needs to be a focus on yourself, especially with the moon in Aries, like I said. So again, it's a good time to do some work on balancing that out and making sure that you're paying as much attention to yourself as you are to other people and your relationships with other people. Now, when I do say relationships, I do not necessarily mean just romantic relationships. These can be relationships of any sort. And they don't even have to be relationships with people. They could be relationships with yourself. They could be relationships with food. They could be relationships with places, people, places, things, whatever the case may be. Because relationships is essentially just a connection you have with someone or something. You too, Cicely. other than that, I'm not seeing much that is jumping out at me. Mm-mm. The moon will also be sextiling Saturn, I think, which is also retrograde. Good time to break free from any internal limitations, structures to find internal freedom, emotional freedom. Uh, that's all I got. That's it. All I got for this moment. I'm wondering, so what's the element? I know it's in Aries, which is fire, but I think there's like a lot of earth. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's a lot of earth energies. Earth energies rather spoken. So things may seem, I feel like that's a lot of frustrating energy because there's this huge fire energy that wants to go, 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 and then earth kind of stagnates things, slows things down, which can make things really frustrating. So guys, on that note, I think I'm gonna jump off as my energy is just about gone and ugh, trying to focus is not working so well for me right now. So on that note, I will say goodnight to you guys. That's what I was gonna say. So, and I will be back on eventually. I'm not gonna give a day because I feel like I haven't even looked at my schedule to give a day. So yeah, I'll be back on when I get on. I hope you guys all have an awesome night. If somebody does order a reading, I will be on as soon as possible to get that reading done. So like I said, guys, if you don't have the money right now and you still would like a reading, my Etsy is open all the time, so feel free to put an order in whenever you have the money to do so. And like I said, I will send you a message through Etsy and let you know when I'm going to be live again. So you know when to expect your reading. And yeah. So I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome night. And thank you for joining me. And I will talk to you guys all later. Bye, guys.